if that was your driving, you're in luck, because today I will be teaching you how to drive in Roblox Dorset. My name is Mr. Morris, but take note, do not use this for real life purposes, as I am not a registered DVLA driving instructor. Anyway, as we continue along, today's video will just be roughly about how to control the vehicle and vehicle safety, which makes sense. So when you enter the game, first of all, you will be displayed to a spawn location like over there, and then you'll be greeted with this screen, right? No vehicle, no nothing. What you do is you go on here and you select a car you want. Now obviously this is just for entertainment purposes, so I took the learner. It's a 1000cc and also manual, so good to go. However, I will be using a gaming steering wheel to make the driving easier. I really do recommend having a driving steering wheel, as this is the best option to have for when playing games like this. Alternatively, you can use for your keyboard and mouse if you want to, but it's up to you. Anyways, so I am not demonstrating for mobile, as I don't have a mobile and I don't like playing Roblox on mobile, so that's just who I am. Anyway, now getting back to where we were, vehicle safety and controls. So before we leave off, if you want to roleplay and you want to make sure your car is properly scroll in first person mode and just check that everything looks alright. There's no dents, no scratches. The vehicle looks in good condition, right? It looks good to me. And you don't need to worry about the eyesight, as the game already gives you an idea how far you can see. If you zoom out, this is the distance the camera will see, but since it's a horizon level, it's much further, so you can quite see up ahead. However, we're driving on this angle, so you'd most likely only see up to where that is, or further, depends. Anyways, now coming to vehicle safety. With vehicle safety, we must make sure everything is good. So we adjusted our safety checks, which is alright. Now, when hopping into the vehicle, you'll see there are different GUIs popping up. Some will say seat, drive, seat. Now these are for passengers, and the one that says drive is for you. So I'll be pressing E on my keyboard to get in the car. Awesome. I'm in the vehicle and my xenon lights are on, so that just shows I'm in there. Now, before we move off, we need to know about the controls, right? So it's simple. If you're on keyboard, press C on your keyboard, your right indicator will go on and it will display it, and then when you press Z, your left one goes on, and now when you press X, both left and right indicators go on, so known as your hazard lights. Alright, now there are no buttons for fog lights. However, the game does look a bit foggy, but that's no need. You have lights for this, so what you do is you press the L button on your keyboard, and then the light should be going on. You can also set your bright lights, and that's it, to your high beams, your depth headlights, and then main beams. So with your depth headlights, your car is good to go, but there are some checks you have to complete, so we don't need to worry. The first thing is, before you drive off, is to make sure you are in the vehicle and everyone is in the car, because it gets to an annoying point where you have to drive back to pick up someone because they didn't enter the vehicle properly. Right, now I don't know what he's doing. Now the next thing is driving off. So simple controls. I'll display it on the screen. Z is the left indicator, X is your hazards, C is your right indicator. If you press the F button on your keyboard, it does flashes. So like when you flash someone, like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Then you flash them, right? And then obviously your L is to control the different light modes. So we'll be driving and it's dark, so we'll be using our dipped headlights, not what this person's got. Dipped headlights. So you see an icon down there indicating high beams, dipped headlights. Stick to those, yeah? Now, when you press M on the keyboard, you have two different options. You either have semi-throttle or you got auto throttle. I personally use semi-throttle because it just gives me a smoother ride and whatnot, and also I can use engine braking when I need to drive into speed limits like 40 miles an hour or whatever. So yeah, I just prefer semi-throttle. Now when it comes to changing gears, before we do that, the P button, oh my bad, I just exited the car. Let's give it a minute. Right, so when it comes to changing gears, for this demonstration I am just I have the parking brake on. As you can see, it displays the little P button. Now to enable the parking brake and disable the parking brake, you simply would select the P button and then disables, enables, disables, enables, disables. You get what I mean. It's displayed over there with the P. So keep that on. When changing gears, you mostly use the Q. Now the reverse lights come on, you show them in reverse and the display changes to an R. Then press the E button to go back to neutral, and then once again the E button for gear 1. Now when you're in manual or semi, you use E to go up to all higher gears. So there's only a 6 gear and we use gear to downshift. And as you could hear, the revs going up from downshifting. Sorry about that. Right, so now the next part is the accelerating and braking. Now when you take the parking brake off and you're in neutral and you're on a stable ground like this that's not going downhill or uphill, you can disarm the parking brake and you can still stay there. Whereas with some cars, as you saw, with some cars, as soon as the parking brake's off, and you go to holding in the brake by pressing the S button. So if we press the S button and we let go of the brake, the parking brake, and we go to the first gear holding in the S button, we won't be moving. As soon as we let go of the brake, we start rolling forward. So yeah. Now with auto, it should do the same. Yeah, as you can see, it rolls and goes forward itself. Now, before we start driving off, we need to know how the gas pedal works. I am in ST, as I said, I prefer using ST, and I've got a gaming steering wheel, so I use it. So whenever the car view just suddenly goes like this, it means I enabled my steering wheel to drive. As you can see, I'm using turning left and turning right. You can see the wheels at the front of the car going into the position I'm turning. Right, now, before we head off, on keyboard, right, so on keyboard, if you press the D button, the vehicle turns to the right, and if you press the A button, the vehicle turns to the left. just like that, right? Not that difficult. Now, as I said, pressing W gives you gas, as we can see down there, and then as well as pressing the S button is brake, so you can see the brake lights enabling. So that's pretty much. So we're gonna just do a little circuit around here and come back and park. So as it's been realistically, like just for entertainment purposes, we'd usually do the mirror signal maneuver. However, we do not have to signal out here because there's only one way out and it's not 2 lanes. So also, just as I mentioned, please do not use this for real life training. It's only for Roblox and entertainment purposes. So right, we're gonna head off now. So what you do is hold in the brake, make sure the brake lights come on, then take off the parking brake and press it to first gear. Now just still holding in the brake, you want to test that the blinkers work. So that's our headlights that work, our main beams working. Left indicator, right indicator, so one of those. Now you might wonder what the TCS and ABS is. So the ABS is anti-brake system, which doesn't really work, and then the TCS is for traction. So if you're driving like on an uneven road or you racing with someone, you want TCS on, because that gives control on the road so you don't start slipping or skiing to the sides. However, we'll be turning this off as it's not needed. So before we move off, there's no vehicle there, so we can go. So with gear 1, just slowly let go and use the W button to turn. Now this is how you drive, so just keep your eye on the road and then turn like this. However, we can't turn there, we can't make a U-turn because there's no turn signal, so I'll just indicate that I'll be turning right. So I'll be going around the corner, doesn't matter if you go on the curb. Now if there's a vehicle in front of you, just press the brake button, right? The brake button brakes the vehicle no matter what. And then when you start driving, just press the gas pedal. Now as you can see, it picks up, we're doing about 10 miles an hour. Now when you park, you want to do in-game, you do like kind of a 23-degree angle. So we want to park left, right? So we press the brake, enable the reverse, and then slowly let the car roll back by itself, but turn the wheel as fast as possible. Stop the car, straighten out, bring it back in, go forward, and then back in again until you are very, very secure. Secure the vehicle, neutral parking brake, and the lights can come off or stay on as you want, but preferably having it on is the best option so other cars can see you. So if this little introduction about car, if this lesson about vehicle safety and controls were helpful, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I will be posting a lesson number 2, which I'll be demonstrating future on. So yeah, stay tuned for lesson number 2 and we'll see you shortly. Once again, my name is Mr. Morris, my very first YouTube video, and hope you enjoyed. Stay awesome.